Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site, and today we're here with Dr. David Pyburn. He is the Swine Business Unit Director with BioChek. Thanks for being with us today, Dave.
Hey, thanks for interviewing me again, Sarah. I always enjoy it.
I appreciate that. And we are here in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Leman Swine Conference. So it's great to see you here in person again.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit to start about BioChek. Tell me a little bit about your company.
Yeah, so BioChek was a company that I joined about a year ago. BioChek's been around a lot longer than that. They do poultry and swine diagnostics. Most of those diagnostics so far have been done in Europe, Asia, South Africa. But they also have done some poultry diagnostics in the last 7 or 8 years here in the United States, selling PCRs and ELISAs into the diagnostic system. But they never really had done much with swine, and they needed to set their swine strategy for the Americas, and that's when they hired me, was to come over and take a look at how they could integrate themselves into the swine industry across all the Americas.
Very good. And so tell me a little bit about some of the products that you offer.
So yeah, the traditional products that they have are the PCRs and the ELISAs. So PCRs and ELISAs for things like PRRS, ASF, CSF, influenza, salmonella. Mycoplasma is one of our mycoplasma multiplex, which will discover all 3 of the mycoplasmas at one test, is a very popular test. There's an APP multiplex as well that we sell. Our PRRS ELISA is an excellent source of data on when to vaccinate and how well your vaccine has performed within your herd. So they've got all those products, all the traditional swine diagnostic products that you would expect from a company. Now, one thing though is they have a number of sister companies that are held by the same holding group that owns them. And so this allows us to look at other technologies that our sister companies have. One of those sister companies that joined the group about the same time I did is Hygiena, which is a food safety company out in California. I looked at this product they were using in food processing in hospitals for cleanliness and biosecurity verification, and I said, why are we not using this in the swine industry? Why has not somebody brought this to the swine industry? Well, it's just not something that Hygiena has as their regular market. So now BioChek, who deals with and works with the ag industry all the time, is bringing that in-house and using it with the ag industries, including swine and poultry.
Very good. And you have a specific product to talk about today. Tell me a little bit about it.
I do. It's our new product that we've got. It's called VetAssure. It's a swabbing system for ATP, the energy source of all cells basically, other than viruses, but of all eukaryotic, prokaryotic cells. It's the ATP is the energy source. And what this system does is it detects the amount of ATP on any area that you swab. So how we can use this for biosecurity verification is this. We can clean down our transports, we can clean down the inside of our buildings, we can ask our people to shower, because you can use this on people as well. But what this will do then is when you swab, say a hand, the back of a truck, the feeder, the nipple, nipple water, wherever you're swabbing, then you can put it in a luminometer, run a 10-second test on the luminometer, and you'll get an ATP reading. A higher ATP reading on there, which is measured in residual light units, will then tell you that you have more ATP left where you cleaned, you didn't do a very good job, you need to go back and re-clean. It's a way that we can quantify how well we have done cleaning basically anything that we clean within the industry.
Very good. And being at this show or this conference, biosecurity has been
it's been the buzzword.
Yeah, it's part of every single presentation that I've heard.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting, Sarah, too, is I sat there and I was writing notes on, the session yesterday and the session today, which were both on biosecurity, was it's about changing culture and changing human behavior. And we've done some pilot work with this in South Africa doing exactly that. Because in South Africa, their issue was labor comes to work dirty. The mindset of their labor is, well, I'm going to work in a pigsty or a pig facility. Why would I shower before I go? Why would I try to get clean? I'm going into a pig facility. They don't quite get it like we do here yet. Well, so we use this system to be able to check on how well they were showering. And we showed them their score. And anytime you score anybody or give them a grade, they want to get better. They want to continually improve. And that's what we've seen with these farms in South Africa, is once you start to apply this VetAssure system with them, give them a score on how well they cleaned up, they want to get better. They want to at least reach their last score, but they actually want, and they ultimately want to get better.
Very good. Well, that's exciting. And it can kind of almost become a competition, right?
Yeah, it's how you change human behavior.
Right.
It really is. You rank people, you score them, you grade them, whatever it is. That's how you change human behavior. Think about when we were in college. If the test wasn't going to be graded the next day, I'm not going to study for it.
Right.
But if once you start having a grade that's going to go in the grade book for that test, I'm going to study and do my best.
Right.
And it's the same way with this.
Right, and there's certainly opportunities, I would think, to even incentivize employees in some ways, right?
I wrote that down when Pete Thomas said that today. Their system where they're incentivizing employees with prizes basically for their work on their biosecurity, their beast mode biosecurity for Iowa Select, you could do the same thing with this. You could do the same thing as far as incentivizing employees to be the best at cleaning the trailer, be the best at cleaning down the barn. Make sure that when you shower, you're coming out clean, you're using a clean towel, you've got clean clothes. Again, you can score all of that. This all gets held in a cloud database, so you can do analysis over time of how well people are doing and are we continually improving. It allows us to quantify how well we're doing with our biosecurity procedures.
The other thing, Dave, that I've heard a lot about at this conference is the use of contract labor, right? And biosecurity with bringing people onto your operation that don't know all your processes and procedures. I mean, this could be a tool with that group, kind of either when they leave or when they come on, right? I mean, to kind of see, are contract workers bringing disease onto your operation?
Yep. Again, you can score how clean they are. How do they actually go into your shower, use soap and water, get themselves clean when they come out the other side? Right. And it's an instant thing. That's the nice thing. It's a 10-second readout.
Right.
So you can turn them around right now. For example, with transports right now, some people are using cultures. So they're touching culture plates, auger plates, maybe 5 or 6 different spots in a trailer to see if they got it clean.
Right.
There's a couple problems with that. One of which, what's auger? It's nutrients for bacteria. So everywhere you touch in that trailer, you just left nutrients for any residual bacteria that might be in there to grow and flourish. The other problem with that is it's a 24-hour readout.
Right.
It takes 24 hours to incubate, at least. So you don't really prevent anything with that. It's kind of I call it a blaming system, whereas this is a 10-second readout, leaves behind no nutrients for the bacteria, and you can make a decision on the spot, and you can turn around and prevent disease by having them go back and re-clean if they need to.
Very good. And it could be, the same could be said for equipment that contractors are bringing on, or your own employees, things that are moving onto that from the clean side to the dirty side. And we've also, I've learned a lot about these grow finish facilities, that biosecurity is not as strong in some of those facilities, and this might be a tool even to help take a look at some of that as well.
Anything that we want to have clean, this is a way to score how clean it is, and to be able to tell folks it's not good enough for my facility, get it right before you bring it onto my facility or before you come onto my facility.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Dave.
You bet. Thank you, Sarah.
Yep, it's great to visit with you again.
Yep.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site.